Hi, did you know that the first video game was created in 1948? A video is a game that sends electronic signals that are converted to images on the screen using a raster pattern, which is a series of horizontal lines composed of individual pixels. A video game or console is a device that connects to a TV and allows you to play games using a controller. It allows anyone to stream and watch video on that device or go on the internet. The development of video games made an impact on the youth. Some people might say that Tennis for Two was the first video game introduced. That's not really true because it didn't display a video signal. Dating back to the late 1940s, Thomas Goldsmith Jr. and Estelle L. Mann patented a device called a cathode ray tube amusement device. This was the earliest documented video game preprocessor. Then there was the first electronic version of tic-tac-toe named Noughts and Crosses, which was created in 1952 by A.S. Douglas. It was designed for academic purposes to study the interactions between human and computer, not for entertainment purposes. Later, in 1958, William Higginbotham created a basic game called Tennis for Two. This was an interactive video game that involved any two players that had basic motor skills to hit an electronic ball back and forth. Created in 1962, Space War was created by an MIT computer programmer, Steve Russell, who created the first interactive computer video game, which had two players played as spaceships, firing photon torpedoes. An engineer named Ralph H. Bauer created the first true video game console in 1967. They came to be called the Magnavox Odyssey. He was also known as the father of video games. He was the first to create a system that transformed electronic signals into pictures on a television screen through a raster pattern. Being competition with Atari was hard because the Atari video games system became the most successful on the American market. About 5 years later, an engineer named Nolan Bushnell and a computer programmer, Ted Dabney, made Atari computers. 3 years later, they released Pong as a home video game, leading to a huge increase in popularity of video games. Also, Atari was extremely popular at arcades. Other games included Space Invaders, Asteroids, and Pac-Man. In 1974, Nintendo first came to America from Japan from the founder, Ajiro Yamauchi. They began with traditional playing cards to other kinds of toys to developing arcade games and game systems that could be played at home. Nintendo developed 16mm film projectors in amusement arcades and brought them to America. Then 1 year later, they developed a video game system using an electronic video recording player for Japan. 5 years later, in 1980, they created a wholly owned division called Nintendo of America Incorporated. This is where the Nintendo artist Shigeru Miyamoto created Donkey Kong. Then in 1984, they launched the Famicom system, which was later renamed Nintendo Entertainment System. Which would look like this. And it can be smaller or bigger. It's usually like a big system, but this is a portable device. Games such as Super Mario Bros., Metroid, and Legend of Zelda, but from these titles, Super Mario Bros. Became the most popular. It was then that the young people would be into this for a long time. Because the youth has been into video games, the consoles have made an impact on them. There are many ways that video games affect the youth. There are both positive and negative effects of playing video games. Some would argue that the negative effects outweigh the positive. According to the evolution of electronic games, gamers are locked in their own games for hours at a time, ruining eyesight and numbing fingers. Many are studying the negative effects of video games, but what about the positive effects? About 97% of all young people play video games, whether it's an occasional Mario Kart race at a fan's house, was a full-blown Fortnite obsession. According to the Fuller Youth Institute, there are 3 positive effects of gaming: confidence, autonomy, and relatedness. Confidence refers to self-esteem, feeling of success, and accomplishment. Autonomy is about making decisions without input from a parent or a teacher. And relatedness is how well connected you are with young people in relation to friends your own age. Confidence can improve hand-eye coordination, problem-solving, and knowing responsibility to pay attention longer. Research suggests that because sports games allow young people to experience a thrill of victory, gain knowledge, or strategies related to sports, and have fun at the same time, which in turn boosts self-esteem. Autonomy can provide the young person to safely and enjoy, try and fail new challenges, and there's often pressure from parents or teachers. The lateness is mostly working together to stop a common enemy in a game, which strengthen the relationships of gamers by playing with others or by themselves. Either way, they're on a gaming system. It is important to note that the youth has been into video games since the 1940s. There's been many differences of video screens since the 1960s. Ever since then, the evolution of consoles has made some kind of impact on our experience with technology. All throughout history, we have seen that video games have been involved with some kind of interactions between human and machines, sometimes other humans. Ultimately, video games can help people become better people and have fun in the process.